Okay, my name is Dan, and welcome again to Malfunction Junction. This is going to be my review. Sorry, I wasn't able to get any video of the truck in action because I have misplaced my digital camera. I have a little Vivitar digital camera from Walmart, and I don't know where it is right now. But I do like to be very detailed in my descriptions when I review stuff. So set this right here if I can. Oh no, that's still not high enough. And the thing's just too big. But yeah, this is just remove the pedestal. This is the 1/10 scale New Bright Heavy Metal Jeep Wrangler that I did an unboxing of, an examination of. I did take it outside uh, and run it. Uh, it did not perform as well as I hoped, as I was expecting. It does go over bumps and tree roots and uh, places up to about that high. But the short wheelbase prevents it from being able to drive up onto a curb that's like, say, that high. Otherwise, it'll just wheelie out. The tires being so hard is part of the problem. If they were softer, it would have more of an advantage. The very thing that I pointed out in the previous video about it, how the steering box tends to lean forward instead of being level like that. That actually weakens the steering radius, and on top of that, it doesn't steer very well anyway. The steering radius is pretty wide, but if it's going fast, that can kind of push it into the turns to make it turn a little tighter than it normally would. If you're driving it on dirt, I mean, if you're driving it on dirt and you're driving it kind of fast on dirt, it to a degree that can make the steering a little tighter. It can make it corner a little better. Um, the other thing I noticed that I didn't like, that I thought was just pathetic, is this kind of wheel wobble. The whole time I was running it, I kept noticing, position it here. What I kept noticing the most was while while it was driving, the wheels just both wheels doing like this, spreading out like this bow-legged kind of look for wheels, and it was just they were just so wobbly. You know, it's like they're just hanging there instead of really being mounted firmly in place. They're just hanging. I mean, look when I do that. Even if I hold it level and let go. So that is something that I will have to modify. I am going to keep it. I'm not taking it back. I bought this with the intentions of modifying it anyway. So I'm going to find a way to make this one better than it is now. But the other thing I wanted to point out was, see the stickers up there where it says Jeep. Okay, that one's put on pretty okay. This one is put on crooked, and the ones on the hood, the one on the driver's side is okay, but the one on the passenger side has a wrinkle in it. And the see if, see it better that way. So that means having to carefully peel it back and straighten it out and put it back down gently. And the best way to do that is with a hobby knife. Lift up the end of the sticker and very carefully, very gently lift it so that you don't wrinkle up the corners or anything, which over time will cause them to peel anyway. Um, the other thing I noticed was the top, the rack up here, the utility rack, is actually warped. See, it's level right there and it starts to curve over here. And I checked the roof, it's not the roof that's the cause of it. So yeah, those are things that disappoint me, but it's not all that bad. And it's not something that can't be repaired. So it does have a lot of torque. It powers over things with ease. Um, but it's too fast for what it's supposed to be. And I mean, on asphalt, it doesn't seem that fast. In dirt and on grass, it seems pretty fast. But it could, if it really is going to be like a crawler, it needs to be slowed down. And the wheels and tires need to be more in proportion to the actual scale. You know, the wheels and tires on that are more like 1/8 scale. That's, to me, that's closer to 1/8 scale, and they're just not my cup of tea. So if you're gonna buy this thing, I would say buy it for the body top, because that's why a lot of serious RC enthusiasts, when they buy new bright stuff, it's mainly for the body, because the bodies are so detailed and so much more realistic looking than most other RC vehicles, but or most other toy grade RC vehicles. But the only other reason I could say you should pick one up is for parts for modification, either for parts or for modification. Uh, or I wouldn't recommend a truck that size for a child. Maybe a kid who's around 10 to 12 years old. But just given the size that it is, it could easily hurt a child. It is heavy enough that it could cause an injury. Um, if you want to buy something just to bash around, just to see it tumble down steps and off of hills and things like that, you might want to buy it for that reason. Or if you just want to buy one and part it out on eBay or something like that. Other than that, I can't really recommend it as I can't even suggest that. I mean, you would have to drive the thing to know what I'm talking about. It was a major letdown for me. It was a real disappointment. And other than other than the body top, the body shell, I'm going to say, and I really don't like doing this, I really don't like giving a bad review to something. I don't like to give anything a thumbs down. I like to look for the potential in something, and it doesn't have potential. Yes, it does, but that's going to come with modification. It has the potential to be a good mod if good mods are done to it, but on its own, no. On its own, this truck is more or less New Bright doing what they have been reputable uh, with doing for years. This this toy is New Bright putting lipstick on a pig. I'll just say it like that because it's true. The they've done some vehicles that are pretty good. Once in a while, they do manage to do okay. I've bought some stuff that New Bright made that I thought was kind of cool. Even though I haven't finished testing the Forza Funko F9, so far I'm liking it. The Von Grit was it Von Griffin? The Von Griffin, no Von Guyton, the Von Guyton Jr. Brocky. I like that one. Other than it being a little bit too fast and the tires being too hard, I don't have a problem with it. But this thing, oh no, 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 this thing is just performs horribly. So, unless you're looking for something with huge wheels that look good, because the wheels do look good for their size, or you're looking for it for other kind of parts and stuff, or just the body shell, other than that, don't waste $50 on this thing. If you're going to spend $50 on an RC vehicle in Walmart, get a Blaze buggy. Get an Adventure Force Blaze buggy. Because what that is a downgraded WL Toys double bridge crawler, is what that is. It's the same thing, it's just not proportional. It has no proportional throttle or steering. But if you're going to walk into a Walmart store and pay $50, go ahead and get the Blaze buggy. It's 1/10 scale, and it's a rock bouncer, and it's really cool. So that's my 2 cents on that. Or if they still carry it online, get a burnout buggy. But don't waste your money on this. So that's the end of my review. If you like the review, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the review, give it a thumbs down. And please, whichever way you vote, please comment as to why you felt the way you did about this review. I mean, if you liked it, cool. If you don't like it, I'm okay with that too, as long as you leave a comment telling me why you didn't like it, because then if I messed up somewhere, I can correct those mistakes in future videos. So there it is. So with that, I will say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. I will have more reviews in the future, more unboxings. There will be RC modding advice about things that I've learned how to mod. Tips. I may actually even do modifications on camera, um, so that you'll better understand how to do those modifications. And I've learned how to do modifications on new bright stuff without having to go to a lot of trouble, uh, without having to do some of the stuff that may be intimidating for some people that are not into, haven't learned how to solder and stuff like that. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.